back to Rachel and Bella Crafts. Rachel here. I hope you are all well and have had a lovely day. We've had a beautiful day here in Wales. Sun is shining and the sky is blue for a nice change. I'm not quite sure how long for. So what I'm trying to do now is, before we go into collaboration month, is to just tie up some loose ends, finish off my projects. I have literally got 2-3 baskets full of ephemera from the 100-day project, which I'm sure lots of you have if you are crafting along with me. Especially Steph from Hilltop View Journals, because I know she's just crafting up a storm. I don't know if you follow her on Instagram. She's on our design team. If you haven't yet checked her out, please go and check out her channel, because she's been crafting along like crazy with us. And I know she's just, I've never seen anybody make so much stuff. I don't know how she has the time, because she works as well. So you must have loads there. If you Steph, tell me you're doing a journal on it all. So what I'm going to do today, I made this Franken page paper. I was going to use it for my cover. Well, I am using it for my cover. I was just about to stitch in my signature, which I've just finished putting together, because I was waiting for my printer so I could finish backing those pages. But I wanted to just firm it up. So I thought, right, I'm going to just quickly put camera on, show you what I'm doing, and then show you these last bits and pieces, because there's nothing worse than not quite seeing how a project finishes off. So what I've done is I've taken a page of the Stamperia. It is this book here. Oh, remember I showed you this last month. Mum gave it to me out of her stash. So I took a page of that. I've popped that onto the back. Now, because it was Franken paper, it was slightly out, and I did rather stupidly start doing stuff to the front before I checked that it was square. So what I've done is I have cut a piece of the 12 by 12 sheet to fit square with the front, and I've literally had to cut it in line with the paper, so you know, because it is just slightly out. I think it kind of goes like it's a bit of a fan shape, and then the other piece then I put onto the back, but I know that it's going to be slightly off. So I thought, right, how can I do this? So what I'm going to do, I've left this area here purposely. I know obviously it widens to the top, but it's going to be the spine. So what I've done is I've cut a piece of fabric, which I'm then going to add to the middle, because you're not going to see the gap of the card underneath. All you'll see is the bit of fabric here. So I've cut a length of fabric, nice and wide. I am now going to just fold it in half, so that I know where it sits will be central, if that makes sense. And then the rest isn't going to matter, because obviously, what I was going to say then. It won't matter where it is, as long as this is central. You won't see how much of a gap there is one side or the other. You won't see how much short it is, that's what I'm trying to say. But by folding this in half, it helps me make sure then that when I do put it together, that it is in the middle. So otherwise it's going to be quite difficult to, well, it's just the way I find it easier to do when I'm putting the fabric together. So I'm just going to glue this section here. Let me just roll up my sleeves in it, because I won't get glue all over me. I think I'm going to use the Mono. Somebody asked the other day what glue this was. It is the Tombow Mono liquid glue. It's on Amazon. Mum actually bought me a box of these, I want to say a year ago, I think now. And I think they came in a box of 12 maybe. They were a very good price, much cheaper than the Fabri-Tac. I'm not quite sure how much they are now at the moment, and I'm not quite sure how much they are per bottle, but they've lasted me a very long time. So I'm not quite sure who it was asked me that, but somebody popped a question on our page the other day, so I didn't want you to think I was ignoring you. I am sorry. I have gotten now all of the free kit emails out, all those that I've had from you. 75 emails I had to answer so far. So sorry if I was a little bit slow, that's what I was trying to say. There was just a lot of emails to reply to. If I haven't yet replied to you, I have missed your email. So if I haven't replied to you, ping me another one. Also, somebody else emailed me and it came from a mobile telephone number rather than an email address, and I can't email you back. It keeps bouncing back. So you need to email me from an email address, please, if you want me to reply, because my emails won't allow me to email back. to a mobile number. But yeah, so thank you so much for everybody that emailed me over the weekend. It was actually really lovely to talk to a lot of you, well, to all of you, and to learn about you all. So, you know, lots of you told me all about yourselves and your crafting and basically what's going on with you guys. And it was just really lovely to learn more about the people that are watching. So thank you for that. A couple of you were in Wales, which I didn't realise. So that was always good to learn. But yeah, you basically were all over the place. Incidentally, fun fact, as my son says, it's my 13-year-old. I'm going to call him 11-year-old then. He's not, he's 13 now. One of his sayings, Danny says, oh, Mum, fun fact. No, okay. The most popular kit was actually the Shades of Spring. This one here, funny enough. Because I did think to myself whilst I was emailing it out, oh, I haven't done anything with that one yet. So I thought, right, I'm going to pop it into this journal now. But yeah, so that was the most requested kit, was the Shades of Spring. Some of you didn't state which kit, so I just gave you the one that the last person asked for, because I was literally just, well, like the first batch of you that I replied to on, if you had a reply from me on Saturday, and I do apologise, I know I made 1 or 2 mistakes, but I have heard from you. I was actually sat at the rugby doing it on my phone. But so yeah, and of course you've got to go, I had to go in and get the link and then pop it in the thing. But those that didn't specify which kit, you've just gone with whoever the person before you had, you know, what they asked for. But yeah, so I hope you've all been able to open them, and could I just ask a favour that obviously you make something with it and then just share it and perhaps tag me, because I love seeing what people do with the kit papers. And you know, it's always nice to see that what goes down well, what's popular. So yeah, it was a fun weekend reading through all of those. But that's also part of the reason why I didn't do it. Sorry about no video Sunday. I was just tired, and we'd had, you know, my middle one's home, so we had a lot going on and just tired. And I just thought, oh, I'm really not going to bash myself over the head about this. I'm just going to have the evening. Here we go. Job done. Excellent. So that's now all finished on the inside. We've now got fully thingy cover, and that's all together now, ready to be bound. And I can pop my signatures in there then. So what I'm going to do now, really, really quickly, whilst that's just drying off, because I want to stitch my signature in next, and then we're going to start filling the journal. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm also going to show you, while that is drying, I'm going to show you my altered book that I've started. Yeah, because I've got a nice meaty signature there, and I know that those bits in the middle there are longer than, and I would normally cut them down, but I'm not going to, because there's stuff on the edges, it's franken paper, and I think it looks lovely, and the cover is big enough, so I might just add some bits of lace to those bits on the end there. But let me show you my journal. Okay, so I've had this book for quite some time now. I got it from the charity shop. I've actually got 2 copies of this book now, and I got it, the one from a charity shop. I absolutely love it because it is full of illustrations, but I also love the cover. Well, most of it. That's probably where it's been. It's not me, I didn't make those marks on there, but I do love the dotty cover, and I don't know, there's just something lovely about it. So I was watching Natalie from Line.Arrow. She did a tutorial last month as part of her Lace and Lavender kit collab thing that she did, which was brilliant. And she made an altered like a lap book thing. It is absolutely stunning. I know I've mentioned it before. I'm going to keep on mentioning it. I think I'm on the 3rd video now. I'm trying to kind of like get you know, grasp of like how she did hers. I've also watched Gail disembowel her books. So I'm kind of trying to combine their kind of tips and things at the minute. So I'm going to show you what I've done so far. So what I did, I wanted to save these beautiful illustrations. This is what has had me held up. So I really wanted to use this book, but I didn't want to compromise the images. So I sat and went through. I looked obviously at Gail's tip for, you know, leaving some of the papers along, because you're going to need to attach things. And then I listened to what Nat was saying about how take some out if you can, but leave some in so that you can stick them then together, make that nice and solid. but I went through and chose the illustrations that I wanted to keep, and they are just stunning. So the ones that are literally a page or 2 pages apart from each other, I just simply glued them down the side. Let me lift you up a bit, sorry, because the book's quite large. There we go. So I've simply glued the page down here, and I've left then space to make a large pocket then, should I want it, in the between the two. The pieces that I've left like this, I've now glued together. Well, yeah, I think I've been right the way through now. So they are now glued together. I'm going to cover those in some like linen fabric, and they will become hinges for me to then add things to, adapt one thing or another. But these in illustrations, I've made sure that I'm trying to protect them and keep them intact. So some of them, obviously at the moment, will still have the book page on the back, where I will possibly collage over them or put a large page thing on them. These that are like this, I've stuck together, so I will cover these in fabric, like I said, and I will use these as basically the peg to add things to. This one here, oh, I must have missed that one earlier. Oh no, this one, because I've left this down, I'm going to make this a large pocket, but I need a collage over that, so I'm going to use the kit pages to do that. I've glued this one together, again I've left in the middle so I can pop something large down in there should I want to. I've glued these together so they're a nice solid peg there, and look at these, aren't they gorgeous? I just thought that these would be really, really lovely. I'm gonna do this as, this is like I got enough ephemera to do 2, I've probably got enough ephemera to do 4 Beatrix Potter journals, if I'm being honest. But no, I wanted to have something in here, and I just felt that these illustrations really kind of went with her stuff, especially because the pictures of the houses, I mean, look at that, isn't that gorgeous? You know, what are you going to do? You can't rip it out, you know, it's just beautiful. So I will probably collage over this, and then or I could put like a large envelope over there. There's all sorts of things I'm going to be doing. I will take you on this journey with me over the next few days, but obviously I'm not going to do the whole thing with you because you're going to get a bit bored otherwise. So if there's something that I feel is relevant, I will, you know, show you my process and what I'm doing there, just to kind of give you some idea, because it is helpful. And I've had to, like I say, go and search for quite a few different videos to see the different ways to do things. So it doesn't always hurt to just reinforce that. I think sometimes we think on YouTube, oh, they've seen that tutorial, or they've, you know, we've done this one, but it's always good to see another perspective on things. So again, I got that tape glued ready. I'm going to just cover that now in a bit of what Natalie actually did. She, and I have been in our shops and looked, but we don't have a product like it here. She used medical bandage tape, so it was like wide bandage, but it was like tape. That was descriptive, wasn't it? You know what I'm trying to say. So it was really quite thick. It was almost like linen, but it was on a roll of tape. And I've looked everywhere here, and I can't find a product like that here. We've got tape that's like masking tape, but it's not like linen. And then obviously we've got bandage, but they're not tape. So I'll just to see if we can source some, because it was brilliant, and she used that to cover her stump bits there, and it did a perfect job of it. Because when I watched the video, I actually thought it was linen that she'd used. So like I say, I've got a few more pages here now. I just got to decide what I'm going to do with. Again, there's another little stumpy thing there. There's another one here. And Natalie's got lots of ideas of what you can do with these things. So I basically just placed them wherever there was a beautiful image that I've managed to keep. And then at the back, then I just left these original back pages intact until I can decide what I'm going to do with them. So I've got, I'm not quite sure how many pages there are in there, but we've certainly got quite a few of these to work with. I think it's 1, 2. But I thought if we could just have a little go, we'll do a couple of different pocket ideas perhaps for an altered book, and then my plan then is for there to be you know, a journal on one section of it. So I'll see which side. It'll probably go near the front, because I think I took more from here. It'll go there, I think, because there's quite a bigger gap. If you look at my, oh, let me lift you up, sorry guys. If you look at my spine, my book spine, that is, there's a bigger gap here than there is here. So I've kept more pages from the second half than I have the first. So I'm thinking if I can pop a journal there, that will just sort that bulk out, and it'll make my spine sit tidily again, won't it? So I'm really looking forward to this. This is a nice little challenge I wanted to set for myself. And that's kind of what all of the 100 days challenge is meant to be about, isn't it? It's about, you know, challenging ourselves. So let's have a look. Is this dry enough now for me to... Yeah, I think it is, isn't it? Okay, so let's get this done. Let's do this. I need my cork. I need my stabby thing. I need my... What should I put in here? Probably looking at on the back there. Perhaps we'll use this. Although, yeah, I've run out of white. Oh, what about that one? It's not even the right stuff I'm looking at. No, let's go with that one. It's more like a sandy colour. Wonderful. And I need my needle. There we go. Put that in there. Right, let's just thread this a minute. So we say 1, we say 2.5. It should be enough. It's all according to personal taste, what you're going to do with it. So yeah, we're on Easter holiday time here now in the UK. I know it's spring break for you guys over in the States. I'm not sure about everybody else. Are you all on school holiday time, or I just hope we get some nice weather now. I mean, it's been nice though, fair play, because Dan's been out on his bike the last 2 days, which has been lovely. First chance he's had to use it since he had it at Christmas. So yeah, it's just nice to see the kids having a bit of nice weather, and they can get out and do some normal stuff, isn't it? Right, obviously just check now. So I'm just going to quickly go over, if you obviously know how to bind a journal, that's fine, but I know there's a lot of you haven't even made a journal yet, so I'm just going to go over the basics with you, because I know everybody gets a bit scared about this, but I'm perhaps a little bit too casual about my binding, but I just think, what's the point in getting stressed about it? If I over worry about it, I make a mess of it, so I just try not to think about it too much. I know some people like to clamp their papers and one thing or another. I just find I get more of a mess doing that, so I literally am just grabbing it all. I know it's all where I want it, you know, it's all central and one thing or another. This is probably the messiest bind I'll have done, because normally my pages are all the same height, same width, you know, whereas this I am purposely having them a little haphazardly, and you know, I know that some of them are quite tall, but I'm really not worried about that. I know that this one here is bigger than the rest, but again, I'm really not worried, because that's how the design is meant to be. It's meant to be like a really old shabby looking scrapbook, and I think it does look like that. I think I've achieved that look, so that's why I'm not too worried. I'm going to literally just grab this now, make sure it's sat in the center of the spine, so to speak. So obviously when I stand it up, it'll sit comfortably just off the bottom, basically, and then I'm going to go into the middle, and I'm going to hold it over my cork. Make sure you come up there now, missus. There we are. I never bind on camera. I think I've just remembered why I don't do it. And then I'm going to take my awl and I'm going to press right down into the centre all the way through my cork. Okay? And hope now that that's come out where I want it to be. And I'm going to take that out. Now, what I tend to do, and I know this is why a lot of people tend to clamp this, but what I tend to do now is I take my needle and I shove it straight through that centre hole, just because it'll just keep that in line, whereas you might pick it up and move it and then not get it in there. But if you just drop the needle straight through now, she says. Sorry, I'm being a bit awkward tonight. I'm trying not to catch my arm. It's a bit sore. A burn, incidentally, in case anybody's wondering what on earth Rich done to her arm. She was actually bitten by a dinosaur. It wasn't a dinosaur. I didn't even get to the museum the other day. No, I opened my grill and the steam shot out, would you believe, and scorched my arm. It was just really red and hot all night, and then the next day it was sore, and then the following day, so 2 days later, I jumped into the shower and used my loofah, obviously not thinking, and I think I must have taken like the layer of skin off or something, but oh golly, it's sore now. Right, yeah, so I've done that hole, so I'm going to go straight through there now, because it's in place. Otherwise, if I start moving it around, oh, she says, Yeah, I can see it. Come on. Oh, wrong glasses now, look. But yeah, no, so and again, if you lose your hole, just get your awl and go back at it again, look. Because it usually finds its way back to it. I can see the light, look. What was I saying? Yeah, no, I rubbed the thing over it in the shower. Oh my gosh, not thinking. Well, didn't really think about it, probably because the skin hadn't broken on it. But, oh, I felt it then. And now the last 2 days is really, it's really sore. So the worst bit is that the sun's out now. And of course, when I'm driving, I can feel the sun burning my arm. Because I don't have any UV protection in my skin any longer since I've been on the methotrexate. It takes all of that out of your skin. Hey, we're through. Right, there we go. See, that's the point sometimes at which the panic can set in when you lose the whole of your thing. And I just think, no, breathe, be calm, be calm. All these bookbinders now will be watching me doing this like this, thinking, oh, what is she doing? It's horrifying. Why hasn't she got that tidy, hold together tidy? Now, I'm just trying not to overthink it. Because if I start overthinking it, then I start panicking. It can be a faff. I'm probably making it more of a faff than it needs to be, actually. But the other thing, of course, is if you do lose your hole slightly, just simply take it a bit at a time. Because there's another little technique I use if I'm a bit like, oh, where have they gone? Just simply thread a few on, a bit at a time. Great, if you've got a cradle and you can use one of those, then that's brilliant. But if you don't, it doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't always go right. Do you know what I mean? And I know I'm guilty of that, whereas I've done a bookbinding video once before, and the bits that go wrong, I turn the camera off and just start again. Well, I'm being a bit unfair then, aren't I? Because I'm giving you the impression that, oh, it's always easy. It's not. Sometimes it goes wrong. Sometimes it's a bit tricky. So this is my technique when it gets a bit tricky. I just sit there and literally page by page. Because what I'm trying to make sure of is that I don't put my needle back through the piece of thread that's already there, because if you do that, then it makes it really tricky when you want to tighten the thread then. So when I'm pulling on this one, if the needle is going through it, it won't move then. I sounded really Welshy then when I said that. It won't move then, look. Right, let's pull that through now. There we are. Where are we? Right, last one now. I've turned it now, all right? Just in case you're confused and think she did that side. I've turned it to face me this way now so that I can see better, because you guys are in my way, look. See, when things go wrong, I just blame that your head is in my way. Right, let's go down there. Oh, Nicky Nocky no. Down we go. Right, up. And then in through here. Oh, there we are. Job done. Easy peasy. There we go. Tighten that up now. And I didn't stop the camera once. That was all very genuine. How sometimes, like I say, it doesn't always go really easily, but you just gotta take your time, take a breath. There we are. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. And I don't go very wide with mine. I know sometimes people go like right up there. I tend to keep mine fairly close to the centre. No particular reason for it. It's just, I don't know, just do it that way. I'm not quite sure why. I'm about now. That needs to come through there tighter. That's it. There we go. Lovely jubbly. All done. Oh, we can all breathe a sigh of relief now. That signature's been sat on my desk waiting to be put into this journal for weeks, and it's like, oh, have I gotta do this? I hate putting signatures in. I don't know why. It really isn't that dramatic. I just find it a bit fiddly, I think, sometimes. But because I heard Nat say she puts elastic and the things in hers, and I think she said she hasn't stitched a journal in for a very, very long time. But I don't know, I just felt with this one it needed it. Oh look, we've got a journal. It's all completed. Look at that. Like that. There's a bit of glue there to dry. But oh look. Marvellous. Look what I did there. I printed twice on the same side. So that's the pink kit over the beetroot. And I think it actually looks rather nice. So there we are. Look, my kits are even blending into one. There we are. Look, so I've got Franken pages then mixed in with kit pages. I literally cannot wait now to get all of the ephemera in here. So I think it's going to look fabulous. There we go, with the pockets stitched in as well. Did any of you stitch your pockets into your Franken pages? I loved doing this with the Franken paper. I'm going to have to make some more, I think. I've got so many scraps left over now with this project. I didn't know whether you'd want... Do you want some more scrappy project ideas? Because I know I did one yesterday, but it's not... the video didn't do terribly well, so I wasn't sure if you'd had enough of working with scraps. But yeah, so if you want another scrappy thing, just let me know, because I've got stacks of ideas for scraps. Wonderful, really pleased with that. Looks great. Oh, we've got our little stamp pocket there. Gosh, I've forgotten I've done half this stuff. There we go then, very nice. See where I've printed the one over the other? And that's that whole bunch of, oh, there we are, we've got our belly band on there as well. Excellent. And even though my cover kind of goes like a fan, I think it looks great. I think it looks really like a old scrapbook, which is exactly how I wanted it to look. So I'm going to start sorting out through now all my ephemera and seeing what we've got there, and do a bit of a kind of, what did we make for the last almost 40 days? It's been bonkers. I can't believe how much we've got done. I'm going to really just really quick show you. Right. This tub here, I'm going to have to lift you up a minute, guys, because you won't be able to see all this. So I've got this one here full of all the made ephemera that we've done. Literally full of stuff. There's just so much in there. It's crazy. And then I've got this one here. Oh, don't drop it. There we go. This is the second pot. Literally full to the brim of stuff. Just crazy. Actually, I think I've probably got enough stuff here to make maybe 5 journals. I don't know, but I need to start putting them into journals. I need to do something with those as well. They were fun. And then I've got... Where's the other one? Oh, this one here. Again, full of ephemera. It's bonkers. I've got so much stuff here. Absolutely bonkers. So I need to now get all this put into the journal before I do any more, because and there is more as well. There's another box or somewhere. I'm not sure where I put it. But I need to get all this put in now. And then I want to do my altered book. So I'm hoping some of this stuff can go into the altered journal. And then, but yeah, most of the point, are you guys making a journal with all the stuff that we're doing? Have any of you done a journal? If not, that's your task today. Come on, you've got all this stuff. You've got, excuse me, Franken papers there. And if not, you've got cardstock there. Just whip a cover around it. But yeah, you should be getting all this stuff now. Sorry, I was in a quick choke moment then. That was telling you off, that was. Look, if you haven't made a journal out, seriously, get one together. Because if you've been following along for 38 days, you should have at least 38 pieces of ephemera. So I'm going to go away now and sit quiet whilst I cook tea and start deciding what I'm going to put in. Oh, look at all this stuff we've made. Start putting all this stuff into my pages, and then I will stick it all in, and I shall show you all then how it looks. And then we'll make a start then on this altered book, and we're going to have a go. I'm going to craft along. We're going to use some of the tutelage from Natalie, because she had some brilliant ideas there. We're going to have some tutelage from Gail. And then on the 10th, we have got Show Some Style. And I've got another extra special guest joining us as a surprise last minute. Finally got hold of me. So there'll be another name going onto this list before I share it around. But yeah, So I'm very, very excited. I hope you're excited. Huge thank you to all for your amazing support and your comments last week. It was really very encouraging to myself and my design team and my admin team. And also thank you for all of your messages for Kathy and for Caroline. Both not anywhere near 100%, but they are getting your messages and are very, very grateful for your support and your kindness. So I'm off now. Do tea, film a journal, have a wonderful evening, and I will be back with you all tomorrow. Take care, everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.